Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Okay,
morning.
so give me a moment while I take the attendance. Okay.
Apa suka?
Okay, so let's start. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So first, I'm going to explain you this other platform for you to practice your speaking. So as you know, English Central is for practicing your listening skills, your vocabulary, and this one, Speakology, is an artificial intelligence that is going to help you to practice your speaking. Okay, so you're going to enter to this link. Yes, you're going to put this code, and then you're going to create your account with your email. Okay, is this part clear for you?
Yes.
Yes. We have
Yes,
to do
teacher.
that right now or when we want.
You can do it right now, or you can do it when we finish the class. So I'm going to
Okay.
finish
Thank you.
explaining you the platform. Once you have created your account, you're going to find something like this. Yes. So in this part, you have, okay, you have the introduction, how to use the artificial intelligence. This platform is going to work as an online teacher. Okay, so if you want to practice this one, lost cabin pressurization, you just go in here, start a call. And in here you start. You can choose like a video call, and it's going to appear like this meeting. But in the other side, it's going to be like your teacher, your artificial intelligence teacher. Or you can choose this part that it works like a phone call. Okay.
Mhm.
So in here you have all the modules related to your work, the training. So you can level boss, run a runway incursion, coordination between units. Okay, so you have all of this, the course. And also you have in here, talk about anything. Okay, so you can do exactly the same. In this one, you're not going to find something related to your job about an aircraft, about misunderstanding and communication confusion or something like that. You're going to find a call to talk about whatever you want. For example, you go in here, you say join a phone call. And this is what you're going to see. Okay, so you pressing here to speak. So, hi, I'm feeling really good today.
That's great to hear. Did something special happen today to make you feel good?
Okay, and this is the dynamic. So if you need to read what you're saying or what the teacher is telling you, you can activate this part, the captions, and in here is going to appear if you need it. If you don't want, and if you want to practice your listening like in this kind of conversation, you close in here and it's going to disappear. Okay. Remember that after each call you'll receive feedback about your performance, about your English, what you need to correct. So don't end the call until this bar is completed. Okay. No terminen la llamada mientras están practicando hasta que la barrita esté completada, porque si no, no les va a dar feedback. Okay. So let's suppose we completed this part. Let's end this. And you're going to find after each conversation, something like this. Okay, so your grading, okay, your label, for example, that is going to say your B2. This conversation, you had a B2 level of English. Okay, and in here you're going to find your feedback. So the vocabulary, the grammar that you use while you were speaking, and a feedback. Okay, so in this, for example, you've done a great job in your conversation with Isabel and expressed yourself quite well. Here are some recommendations to help refine your English. Okay, and in here you're going to find all your corrections so you can understand. And also in this part, you'll find your transcription. Okay, so the transcription of the whole conversation. And in here you can also listen what you said. Okay, this is very complete. So now you have this tool for practicing your speaking. Okay, do you have questions about this platform? Something to clarify?
No, teacher.
Okay. Okay, so remember to do this to join to the platform so you can improve not only your listening skills but your speaking skills. Okay, so if you want, take a picture of this. Anyways, I think I'm going to send you
Yes,
this.
I did.
And
I did.
I think I'm going to send you this, but try to take a picture because we don't know. Okay, so now let's start with the class. Okay, so let's talk about cultural differences. So let's ask John. For you, what is the cultural difference, for example, about this celebration from Mexico and how other countries understand death? John, cannot listen to you, John. I know that you're opening your microphone, but I cannot listen to you. No, I cannot listen. So let's move while you solve that problem, that issue. So let's ask Cesar.
Okay, teacher. I think that the difference between that cultures is that in Mexico celebrate the I don't know how say dead people days, uh, like a party,
Mm-hmm.
maybe put fire in the candles, looking for showing different skins like photos, like grains, like
With
candies,
cranes, do you want to
and
say cráneos?
grains, cráneos, grains,
Okay, so schools. So I guess school.
schools,
Mm-hmm.
and different flowers. But in another countries, uh, I think that is only pray for the dead people, and no more.
Okay. Okay, so let's ask Sergio. What do you think is like sorry, the best perspective to understand it? Is this one better or is this one better, in your opinion?
No, pues, my opinion, teacher, no, I think that that's a cultural skill that have the Mexican people, but I think that while they are celebrating the dead, we are celebrating the day before that. We are celebrating the other party that is the day of the how do you say brujas? The
Okay, that would
day
be Halloween.
witches or Halloween, yes,
Mhm.
the Halloween, and I think that the Mexico is the only country that celebrate the dead people day, and other countries as Colombia, for example, don't celebrate that day, but they go to visit their people dead, is on the day, for example, of the Father's Day or Mother's Day, or in Christmas Day, for example.
Okay.
Mhm.
So thank you. So Aniel, what is your perspective? So what is, in your opinion, the best way to face death? Like, oh, sorry, like this one or like this?
Okay, good day. I think that the best picture to describe the diet could be the right picture
Mm-hmm.
because, in my opinion, you can see a person or yes, a person maybe praying for someone who died, and also I can see a cross in
Mm-hmm.
the ground. Maybe in that point, someone died, or maybe someone is inside of the ground, in, like a cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe all days or weekly. Uh, each week the people goes to the cross and maybe doing some pray in order to think that the person is uh, good with a God in the sky. I
Okay.
think.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Jorge Bravo.
Hi, teacher.
Hi. So the same.
Okay, teacher, I think the Mexican people think different about other people. I know by Colombian people that when some parents die, they drink a lot of
Mm-hmm.
alcohol. And in Mexico, I think the the people celebrate that day doing a carnival and making parties. So here in Colombia, the people often go to the cemetery to visit their dice people.
Okay. Okay. So in this case, you would say they're dead. Sus
Dead
muertos.
people.
They're dead.
Dead people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So, Gustavo, do you think that this celebration in Mexico is disrespectful because they are like putting schools over all the street, the house, or what do you think about that?
First of all, good morning, everybody. Okay. I think the beliefs depend of the culture that we are growing, like Mexico and Colombia. I don't think so. It is unrespect to
Disrespectful?
the deaths. Yes, disrespectful to the deaths because they celebrate the death as a party. It's
Hmm.
the transition between the life and the death. We have a custom like that, but it's not like a country parties. In any places, we do the celebration like El Día de los Muertos. Over
Mm-hmm.
there is celebrate like La Santa Muerte. So there are
Mm-hmm.
two different because the first case of Mexico is a big party like here no around the country. It's not like there. So I think that is what is the name of the word unrespected, no
Disrespectful.
respetuoso, disrespected. That's right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is their belief about the channel between the life and the death. So we have another way to believe that, and we accustomed to go to the cemetery.
Okay, we get used, nos acostumbramos. We, bueno, pasado, we got used.
Got used, yes, got used to go to the cemetery in order to make a pray to our deaths, and almost on weekend or monthly. So that is my opinion.
Okay.
Teacher.
Okay, very good. Let's go with Francie. What about you? Do you think that this is disrespectful or is a beautiful way to remember someone that you love, that you loved in the past, or what do you think about this?
Good morning, everybody. I think that the both expressions are good because the first is a traditional, and if you can see in the two pictures, the people remember friends and family members who have died, and I think that the both picture and the both cultural difference are good for me.
Okay, so in this case, try to change who has died.
Who has died? Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Family members, family, friends, and family members
Okay,
who
so in
have
the
died.
yes,
Okay,
in the
have.
sense who have.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Okay, okay. So, John.
Yes, teacher, good morning.
Yes, now I can listen to you.
Okay.
Okay, so what is your opinion about this celebration? What do you think? Is this
Teacher,
disrespectful or not?
I think each country has its own culture and ways of celebrate. We always must respect each one because I don't know what is the really condition for the Mexican people to celebrate in this form, but I think it's important rescue the traditional celebrate that the country has.
Okay, traditional celebration.
Okay.
Okay, and Anil, I think you're missing.
Tell me, sorry.
Okay, so the same question.
I agree with my partner. We have to respect the culture of different countries. So for me, both or many different forms to celebrate they died uh, could be good in order to maintain the respect to the people died.
Okay. Okay. Yes, those are very good points of view. Okay, so let's ask about another thing. So let's go with Cesar. Okay, so do you think living abroad is harder or easier than living your home country?
Okay, teacher, could you repeat the question?
Mhm. Do you think living abroad is harder or easier than living your home country?
Oh, I think that is harder because
Mhm.
they have another cultures and they have another opinion, they have another language, and I think that is harder for that.
Okay. So, Francie, if you lived in Mexico, would you get used to this celebration?
Yes, I can because I think that it's not a bad action. It's a
Mhm.
tradition, and I think that the Mexican people has only remember his friends and his members' families, family members, excuse me, no more. And I don't look any bad action to uh, get off, get used to do that action.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, Gustavo, for you, do you think living
I,
abroad is harder or easier than living in your home country?
so we have to accustom to the customs to
Okay, we have to get
use
used.
get used. Yes, to have we have to get used the custom that the people have in their countries, because I remember one expression that my mother taught me. How's the pass of the teach touch
Thought.
taught me that she said, "A la tierra que fueres, haz lo que vieres." How do you translate that, please, for me, teacher?
Okay, let me think because this is so part of our culture. So let me think about that. If there is
Okay,
any expression.
because
Mm,
it's good enough to us do that the people usually uh, do refer to the customs and holidays.
Okay, so to traditions, change customs for traditions.
Tradition, that's right. Tradition that the people have in their countries.
Okay, okay, and the fueres as lo que vieres, you can say this one. Okay, so you can say when in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Yes.
This one. That would be the
Is
expression.
is the meaning the same, no?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. Thank you. When in Roma, do as the Romans do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Another
let's
more.
no,
Ano-
not no more.
no, another more to me.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's ask Aniel. The second question. Is big city life more exciting or more stressful than small town life for you? Aniel?
Yep.
Mhm.
The question?
Yes, the second question. Is big city life more exciting or more stressful than small town lives for you?
Um, okay, I think for me, is more stressful the big city. The big city is more stressful for me because, for example, in the big city you can find many traffic, many cars. The long distance between 2 points is very long, and you spend many time to translate to move between them, or maybe to do something in another neighborhood. While you are living in a small town, you could or you can find all places, all stores nearly. No, you can go to the bank, then walk to the park, maybe go to another store to go the shopping, and you have many time to do many things. Also, in the big city, you is very very stressful due to the people always run. The people is very stressful. The people are the people are how do you say, people is very
Are
aspect to the another people maybe is rover or try to make a or the other people is a dangerous for him because you
que
know it's
como tratan de robar?
yes,
Okay, so they try to steal.
the steal. Oh, see, the all people try to steal. No, you always walk, always pay attention to all the movements the rest of the people. No, in a small city, you walk, you go to all the places more relaxed because you know you maybe don't know all the people, but you recognize some people in the small town. In the big city, there are many people that you don't know. So it's very stressful for me in a big city for that reason.
Okay. Okay, so I tried to change this. You said many traffic. So try to change that because traffic is uncountable. So you would say a lot of traffic, heavy traffic.
Okay, heavy traffic.
Mhm.
Heavy traffic. In a small town, light traffic.
Like como like de gustar.
No, light de sería de suave, de o little
Pero.
traffic. Ligero
Ah,
es
okay,
como
okay.
ligero, light de ligero.
Okay. Yes,
¿Sí?
I got it. Yes,
Okay.
you can say that.
Heavy traffic in big city and light traffic in a small city.
Okay.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Okay, so let's ask Jorge. The question is, do you prefer traveling alone or with friends? Which one is better?
Hello, teacher. Please, could you repeat me the question?
Okay. So, do you prefer traveling alone or with friends? Which one is better?
I think it's better to travel alone because you can do everything that you want to do. If you are going with if you travel with another person, you have to take the opinion of the other person about the thing that you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. So, Francine, what about you? Do you prefer traveling alone or with friends? Which one is better?
I prefer travel with my friends because we have the opportunity to share several experiences and louds and now different places, and I think that is better do all these things with friends.
Okay, so it's better doing all these things with friends.
It's better doing these things acompañado.
Okay.
How I can say acompañado?
So you can say accompanied.
With company, yes.
Okay. So no, with company, but accompanied.
Accompany.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, very good. So, Gustavo, what about you? Do you prefer traveling alone or with friends? Which one is better?
Same question. Teacher, I prefer, I do prefer alone and with my friends. I prefer with my family because
Okay.
it, alone is boring, a little boring. With the friends, you have to take opinions that the places that we can visit. It's
Mm-hmm.
better with my family because they know They know a little more about my own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the best way mm, how to take vacations, long or short travel.
Okay. So let's ask Sergio. Okay, so do you think people today are busier than they were in the past?
Mm, no, teacher. I think that the is the same. Maybe the people now uh, is going to be easier due to the time that the people spend in the big cities to going to the point A to point B because it's stressful and you spend a lot of time going from one point to other point and you need more time. You spend a lot of time in that and now the people have the possibilities of the work at home or to do many things uh, without go out teacher
Okay, without going out.
or going out. I think that the people is
Are the people
the
are
people are easier now that was easier time ago.
okay, so
hmm
busier. Mm-hmm.
Easier. hmm
So, Anil, the same
Yep.
question.
Um, okay, I think that nowadays the people are more busier than before, no?
Single more are busier. Single more.
Are busier, are busier
Mm-hmm.
because I think that the people need work, need many jobs in order to get more money to survival because I think that the cost of the life is very high and now the things and the food and the home is very mm, very costoso,
Expensive.
expensive, very expensive, and people need to work more in order to cover all the things that you have to do, food, school, uh, where uh, we are, another
Like
thing
the clothes. Wear like
that,
como la ropa.
yes, clothes, we are.
Uh-huh. Yes, clothes.
Clothes. Okay. Clothes and school, kids, So I think that
Mm-hmm.
for that reason, the people now is more busy and they
Single
need
more. People is
more,
busier. People
more
are
busier,
busier, sorry. Are busier.
are busier, people are busier.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, very good. Mm-hmm. So let's ask John the last question. Is learning a new language more difficult than learning a new hobby?
Yes, teacher, I think it's more difficult learn a new language because it's more complicated.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in this case, it's necessary for pass the exam for continue work in normally, but it's not fun, it's not happy. It's necessary. But when you learn a new hobby, it's more special because this hobby is make a pleasure for me. But when I don't love learn the other language, it's more complicated.
Okay. So change that by is make a pleasure. So it's a pleasure.
Okay,
Will make.
it's a
Mhm.
pleasure.
Okay. Okay, let's ask Cesar the same question. Is learning a new language more difficult than learning a new hobby?
Yes, I think that
So
is harder, teacher, because if you like to learn a new language, you have to practice, and in Colombia only speak Spanish. You have to go to another place if, in case of the English, to the United States or United Kingdom or some places that speak English. And if you have a hobby, practice a new hobby in the another language, is the
Mhm.
same that the parents said, is that we have to learn about the hobby, about the things, and a lot of that you can do for the habit, and I think that is harder.
Okay. Mhm. Okay. So let's move on to this next part. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Okay.
teacher.
Mhm. So let's learn some new words. These are phrasal verbs. Okay. So let's ask Jorge, the first one. What do you think is the meaning or the synonym of this? Get used to.
Get used to.
Mhm.
Mm, get used to maybe some the the purpose to use a thing.
Okay, but from this list, what is the synonym or the meaning of this word? Get used to.
Mm, synonym for get used to.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, I don't know, teacher, what is the other way to say that word.
Okay, no problem. So let's ask Gustavo. What do you think is the synonym of get used to? Gustavo?
Hear me? You hear me, teacher?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Used to meaning accustomed to do something. And the second route, I said, welcome, handlement, appreciate, interview, help, record, adapt to. I
Okay.
think there are adapt to,
Okay.
Why?
Mhm.
What?
adapt
Yes.
to.
Adapt
Yes.
to?
Uh-huh.
Yes, meaning to acostumbrar a hacer o adaptarse a hacer.
Mhm. Yes. Yes, that's true. That's why in the previous part I was asking you if you would get used to Mexican culture or to this celebration. Okay. So yes, that is get used to acostumbrarse a. Okay, Sergio, the next one.
Embrace?
Mhm.
No, teacher. Maybe appreciate, absorb.
Okay. So, Francie, what do you think?
Maybe it's recover from.
Over from. Okay,
So,
let's ask Cesar. Cesar.
Here. I think that embrace is uh, appreciate, absorb something.
Okay. Mhm. So in this case, is it would be accept or welcome something.
Accept. Okay.
Mhm. So it would be in Spanish it would be like a similar meaning would be abrazar
Is
algo, ¿sí? Aceptar, acoger, adoptar.
it is used with accept excuses, for example?
Abarcar.
Okay, you can use for that case, but it doesn't sound like naturally. So this one it would be like um in it's not like a literal way because it sounds better if you say I accept your maybe your apology. Acepto tus disculpas. Yes, but
Yeah.
embrace you can use it, but it doesn't sound so common. But you can use it. So in this case, for example, you can say, I embrace Mexican culture. So I
Oh,
accept, I welcome this culture, this tradition.
it means that I can do easy and I will adapt to.
Yes, es like como integrar algo,
Okay.
cogerlo, aceptarlo. Okay? Or you can say, embrace your new partner. He's from, I don't know, from Australia. Australia. Okay. So let's move on with the next one. Aniel, what do you think is get over?
Get over. I don't sure. Maybe get over. No, maybe recover from. No, I don't know what's mean.
Okay. So let's ask John, what do you think is get over? Do you agree with your partner?
Get over, I think that is the recover from or still behind afraid of.
So yes. So you two are in the correct way. Yes, that's get over. So let's ask Francie, what do you think is deal with? Francie,
Maybe handle manage.
okay. Yes, that's a good deal with. So lidiar con algo, manejarlo. So Jorge, the next one, step in.
Step in, step on. I think the intervene help.
Okay, intervene or help. Let's ask Sergio, what do you think is step in?
Step in. Step in. Intervene. Help.
Okay, yes, that's step in. Intervene. In Spanish, sometimes we say meterse. ¿Sí? Intervenir, ayudar también. Okay.
Excuse me, en ese step in puede ser cuando alguien interviene en una conversación.
Yes.
Por ejemplo, he is stepping in some conversation with my friends.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Okay. So let's ask. Cesar, the last one. I think is the easiest.
The more difficult.
The most difficult.
I don't know, teacher, but I think that is appreciate.
Yes. Yes. So that's appreciate or absorb. Even it can be like in Spanish asimilar algo, taking. Also you can it would be like entender, asimilar algo. Mm, okay. And it has like other meanings. the other meaning would be like engañar. También significa engañar a alguien.
Taking?
Ajá.
¿Cuál?
Okay.
Taking. Taking. Mainly when you're talking in the passive voice. Cuando se habla en voz pasiva con este phrasal verb, generalmente significa engañar a alguien. So, for example, I was taken by his lies. Me dejé engañar por sus mentiras. I was taken by his lies.
But the meaning in our Spanish case is opposite the meaning that I appreciate and observe in that case, because the meaning is not the same to us.
It has both meanings, the both meanings, tienen los dos significados. Una taking que es asimilar, entender, y la otra que significaría engañar.
In passive voice,
Ajá.
We have to take that in
Mhm.
passive voice. Taking.
The
Okay,
second
thank
meaning.
you.
Mhm.
Thank
Okay.
you. Okay.
So let's move on to the true or false exercise. Okay. So in this, we're going to find these new words, these phrasal verbs into the context. Okay. So Sergio, read the first one.
Andrew is still getting used to wrapping gifts. So his landlord stepped in with a small apology gesture.
Okay. So,
A lot of new words.
so Gustavo, read the second one.
The second one, Andrew can't get over how difficult wrapping gifts is for him.
Okay. So Anil, read the third.
Where, excuse me, teacher, what is the meaning to wrapping?
Okay, wrapping, like imagine that you have a gift and you have the paper and you start to cover the gift with this beautiful paper, maybe Christmas paper, envolver.
Envolver. Okay.
Yes. Do you remember the
Gracias.
class of that we learned the word bandage? ¿Se acuerdan que bandage era un
Wrap.
sinónimo de wrap?
Wrap.
Ajá.
Yes, wrap. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Okay.
That's word wrapping is only when it's a gift.
Not necessary. It means como envolver. But you can use it in other contexts. For example, imagine you're cooking a wrap and you say, wrap the food with the maybe a tortilla. Envuelve la comida con la tortilla. And so
Okay.
it means like envolver.
Envolver. Okay. Third one, when Erika arrived in Brazil, she had to embrace customs that were very different from typical British behavior.
Behavior. Okay, Carlos.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Read
For
number
number 4,
Good night.
when Erica visits England now, Erica must deal with stricter schedules again.
Okay. Francie, read the number 5.
April moved to England because she wanted to embrace a completely new life.
Okay, Jorge.
The sixth is April said that visitors need time to take in everything that happens around them.
Okay. It's Gustavo.
7, for Scott, the wildlife in Kenya was something he needed time to take in because it was so remarkable.
Okay. And Carlos, the last one.
Back home, Scott had to
Buenos
deal with
días.
waiting for hours before roadside help stepped, stepped
Stepped.
in. Stepped in.
Okay. Okay. So let's watch this video so you can answer this. True or false?
Andrew. I moved to Japan 2 years ago to teach English, and something that really surprised me was the culture around gift giving. When I first moved in, there was a small issue with my apartment. Nothing major, just a small leak. But to my surprise, my landlord gave me a beautifully wrapped towel set as an apology. I later learned that in Japan, people give small gifts on many different occasions. Now, I love giving small gifts too. It's such a thoughtful tradition. But what I found most interesting was how much thought people put into choosing the perfect way to wrap a gift. It's an art form I haven't mastered yet, but I hope it's the thought that counts.
Erica.
I moved to Brazil for love. My partner's Brazilian. When I first moved here from the UK, I was quite surprised at how relaxed people were about arrival times for social events. Once, I was invited to a barbecue, and Brits being Brits, I showed up exactly at 1 p.m., the time I was told the event would start. To my surprise, no one else arrived until well past 2. I soon realised that was just common practice. It was a shock at first, but I've learnt to embrace the relaxed approach to time. Now I actually enjoy how everything feels more spontaneous and less rushed. And I have to admit, when I visit England, it's hard for me to adapt back to the rigid schedules.
April.
I moved to Vietnam because I was in a bad place personally, and I wanted to experience something completely new. The first thing that struck me was the traffic. Crossing the street felt like a real-life video game. There's a constant flow of traffic, so you just walk slowly and trust that the scooters will swerve around you. It was terrifying at first, but you get used to it until you don't even think about it anymore. Now, whenever someone from the States visits me, I can't wait to see their reaction when they experience it for the first time. It's so much fun. Cities here are so vibrant and full of life. I love how people gather at little street stalls, sitting on tiny plastic stools, chatting over steaming bowls of pho, a fragrant noodle soup with fresh herbs and meat. There's an energy in the air. Music, motorbikes, the scent of grilled meat. Life here moves fast, but in the best way. Looking back, I can't believe how much this place has changed me. I came here feeling lost, but now I feel more alive than ever.
Scott.
I moved to Kenya to work on a wildlife conservation project. The sheer scale of the landscapes here is breathtaking. Nothing prepared me for seeing elephants roam freely under the vast open skies. But what really surprised me was how much people rely on community. People's lives here are deeply connected, whether it's families sharing meals, neighbors looking out for each other, or strangers offering a helping hand without hesitation. Once my car broke down in a remote area, and within minutes, locals came to help, chatting and laughing as they fixed it. It was such a contrast to what I was used to. Back home, I might have been stranded for hours, waiting for roadside assistance. This sense of togetherness has changed how I see life. It is a reminder of how much we miss out on by living so independently. Here, people understand that no one truly thrives alone, and that is something I will carry with me wherever I go.
Okay, let's repeat it for a second time.
Andrew.
I moved to Japan 2 years ago to teach English, and something that really surprised me was the culture around gift giving. When I first moved in, there was a small issue with my apartment. Nothing major, just a small leak. But to my surprise, my landlord gave me a beautifully wrapped towel set as an apology. I later learned that in Japan, people give small gifts on many different occasions. Now, I love giving small gifts too. It's such a thoughtful tradition. But what I found most interesting was how much thought people put into choosing the perfect way to wrap a gift. It's an art form I haven't mastered yet, but I hope it's the thought that counts.
Erica.
I moved to Brazil for love. My partner's Brazilian. When I first moved here from the UK, I was quite surprised at how relaxed people were about arrival times for social events. Once, I was invited to a barbecue, and Brits being Brits, I showed up exactly at 1 p.m., the time I was told the event would start. To my surprise, no one else arrived until well past 2. I soon realised that was just common practice. It was a shock at first, but I've learnt to embrace the relaxed approach to time. Now I actually enjoy how everything feels more spontaneous and less rushed. And I have to admit, when I visit England, it's hard for me to adapt back to the rigid schedules.
April.
I moved to Vietnam because I was in a bad place personally, and I wanted to experience something completely new. The first thing that struck me was the traffic. Crossing the street felt like a real-life video game. There's a constant flow of traffic, so you just walk slowly and trust that the scooters will swerve around you. It was terrifying at first, but you get used to it until you don't even think about it anymore. Now, whenever someone from the States visits me, I can't wait to see their reaction when they experience it for the first time. It's so much fun. Cities here are so vibrant and full of life. I love how people gather at little street stalls, sitting on tiny plastic stools, chatting over steaming bowls of pho, a fragrant noodle soup with fresh herbs and meat. There's an energy in the air. Music, motorbikes, the scent of grilled meat. Life here moves fast, but in the best way. Looking back, I can't believe how much this place has changed me. I came here feeling lost, but now I feel more alive than ever.
Scott. I moved to Kenya to work on a wildlife conservation project. The sheer scale of the landscapes here is breathtaking. Nothing prepared me for seeing elephants roam freely under the vast open skies. But what really surprised me was how much people rely on community. People's lives here are deeply connected, whether it's families sharing meals, neighbours looking out for each other, or strangers offering a helping hand without hesitation. Once my car broke down in a remote area, and within minutes, locals came to help, chatting and laughing as they fixed it. It was such a contrast to what I was used to. Back home, I might have been stranded for hours, waiting for roadside assistance. This sense of togetherness has changed how I see life. It is a reminder of how much we miss out on by living so independently. Here, people understand that no one truly thrives alone, and that is something I will carry with me wherever I go.
Okay, do you feel ready or do you want to repeat the last time?
Repeat, please, the last time.
Okay.
Teacher, or could you repeat only the step by step, one by one? Maybe first Andrew, and then continue with the questions, or
Okay,
it's very
that's
difficult. It's very difficult to to get all the video because for example, I confuse the things, but maybe step by step, person by person.
okay. Does everyone agree with this idea?
Yes, I
could
agree,
be.
teacher.
I agree.
Okay. So let's do
It
in that.
could be easier. It could be easier because there are too much to memorize.
Okay. So let's do in that way.
Andrew.
I moved to Japan 2 years ago to teach English, and something that really surprised me was the culture around gift giving. When I first moved in, there was a small issue with my apartment. Nothing major, just a small leak. But to my surprise, my landlord gave me a beautifully wrapped towel set as an apology. I later learned that in Japan, people give small gifts on many different occasions. Now, I love giving small gifts too. It's such a thoughtful tradition. But what I found most interesting was how much thought people put into choosing the perfect way to wrap a gift. It's an art form I haven't mastered yet, but I hope it's the thought that counts.
Erica.
I moved to Brazil for love.
Okay. So let's go with this part. So, Carlos, The first one.
I was out of the first. Excuse me. I was out because internet was stable. The first one,
Okay.
Andrew is still getting used to wrapping gifts, so the landlord stepped in with a small. It that is true.
Okay. So let's ask Anil, what do you think? True or false?
I think that the answer is true too.
Okay, you say true. Francie, what do you think?
I think that is false.
Why do you think it's false?
Because I understood that he said that he get over.
Okay.
I understood that he learned to do.
Okay. So this one in this case is false, but that's not the reason. The reason is because look at the sentence. Andrew is still getting used to wrapping gifts, so his landlord stepped in with a small apology gesture. So the sentence is saying that the reason why the landlord gave um, uh, a gift, a small gift, is not this. The landlord gave the gift because Andrew had a problem, an issue in his apartment, in his house. Entonces es falsa por eso, no porque Andrew se esté adaptando todavía a envolver regalos, sino porque tuvo un problema en su casa, era creo que como una gotera. Entonces el arrendatario, ese es el landlord, le dio un regalo como excusa, un regalo pequeñito. Pero no se lo dio fue porque él no supiera envolver los regalos. Por eso es que es falsa. Okay, let's listen that part.
Andrew.
I moved to Japan 2 years ago to teach English, and something that really surprised me was the culture around gift giving. When I first moved in, there was a small issue with my apartment. Nothing major, just a small leak. But to my surprise, my landlord gave me a beautifully wrapped towel set as an apology. I later learned that in Japan, people give small gifts on many different.
Now, do you get that part?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Let's move on for the second one. So, John, read the second.
Teacher, I think that is true.
Okay. Gustavo, what do you think?
And you can't get over how difficult wrapping gift is for him. Yes, it's true.
Okay. Yes, this one is true. Let's put it in. Okay, let's move on to the second one with Eric, 3 and 4.
Okay.
Occasions. Now, I love giving small gifts too. It's such a thoughtful tradition. But what I found most interesting was how
Erica.
I moved to Brazil for love. My partner's Brazilian. When I first moved here from the UK, I was quite surprised at how relaxed people were about arrival times for social events. Once, I was invited to a barbecue, and Brits being Brits, I showed up exactly at 1 p.m., the time I was told the event would start. To my surprise, no one else arrived until well past 2. I soon realised that was just common practice. It was a shock at first, but I've learnt to embrace the relaxed approach to time. Now, I actually enjoy how everything feels more spontaneous and less rushed. And I have to admit, when I visit England, it's hard for me to adapt back to the rigid schedules.
April.
I moved to Vietnam because I was in a bad place personally.
Okay, so let's ask Sergio.
I think that is the next one is true, teacher.
Oh, this one. Okay, true. So let's ask Cesar, what do you think?
I agree with Sergio. I think that is true.
Okay, does everyone agree with this answer?
Agree.
Okay. Yes, that is true. Okay, let's move on. Anil, the next one.
Next one, when Erica visits England now, Erica must deal with striker schedules again. I think that is true.
Okay. Prensi, what do you think about this one?
True.
Okay. Does everyone agree with this answer?
Yes, I agree.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, this one is true. Okay. Let's move on to the next with April. So these two.
And I want.
April.
I moved to Vietnam because I was in a bad place personally, and I wanted to experience something completely new. The first thing that struck me was the traffic. Crossing the street felt like a real-life video game. There's a constant flow of traffic, so you just walk slowly and trust that the scooters will swerve around you. It was terrifying at first, but you get used to it until you don't even think about it anymore. Now, whenever someone from the States visits me, I can't wait to see their reaction when they experience it for the first time. It's so much fun. Cities here are so vibrant and full of life. I love how people gather at little street stalls, sitting on tiny plastic stools, chatting over steaming bowls of pho, a fragrant noodle soup with fresh herbs and meat. There's an energy in the air. Music, motorbikes, the scent of grilled meat. Life here moves fast, but in the best way. Looking back, I can't believe how much this place has changed me. I came here feeling lost, but now I feel more alive than ever.
Scott.
Okay, Carlos.
April moved to England because she wanted to embrace a completely. Oy. I think it's false.
Okay, so you say it's false. So Anil, what do you think? True or false?
I think it's false because Avril moved to Vietnam.
Okay. Does everyone agree with this answer?
I
I
agree.
agree.
Okay. Yes, that's the answer. Yes, this is false. Okay. The next one, Cesar.
Okay, teacher. April says that visitors need time to take in everything that happens around them. I think this true.
Okay. Jorge, what do you think?
I'm sorry, teacher, I lost connection. What is the question?
Number 6. True or false?
Number 6. April said that visitor needs time to check in every. I think it's true.
Okay. Does everyone agree with this answer? True?
Agree.
Okay.
Agree.
Okay, yes, that's the answer. True. Okay, let's go with the next part. With Scott.
I moved to Kenya to work on a wildlife conservation project. The sheer scale of the landscapes here is breathtaking. Nothing prepared me for seeing elephants roam freely under the vast open skies. But what really surprised me was how much people rely on community. People's lives here are deeply connected, whether it's families sharing meals, neighbors looking out for each other, or strangers offering a helping hand without hesitation. Once my car broke down in a remote area, and within minutes, locals came to help, chatting and laughing as they fixed it. It was such a contrast to what I was used to. Back home, I might have been stranded for hours, waiting for roadside assistance. This sense of togetherness has changed how I see life. It is a reminder of how much we miss out on by living so independently. Here, people understand that no one truly thrives alone, and that is something I will carry with me wherever I go.
So let's go with Francie. Francie.
For Scott, the wildlife in Kenya was something he needed time to take in because this was so remarkable. I think there is the results.
So, Gustavo, what do you think? False? True or false?
I think in the context, I understood that it's false
Okay.
because
Does
he has
everyone?
a lot of help to do that.
Okay. Aniel, what do you think?
Well, for me, I think that is true
Okay. Why do you think it's true?
because for Scott, he's amazing because in Kenya the people share many things with your family, many things. I understood.
Okay, but look at the question. Well, not the question, but the
The
sentence.
wildlife.
Wildlife. So in this case, wildlife es como la vida salvaje,
Salvaje. Vida
Ujú.
salvaje.
como de los animales. And what you understood, okay, that part is correct, but regarding the like the society or the community, yes, in Kenya, not the wildlife. So, in this
Tiene su
case,
cascarita, tiene su cascarita.
yes. So in this case, this one is false, because also remember that he went to Kenya to be like a volunteer to work in wildlife. So he was expecting something about the wildlife. Okay, so it wasn't the remarkable part of the experience. The remarkable part was how the community helps other people and how they feel together. Okay, so let's check that part one more time.
Andrew. I moved to Japan 2 years ago to teach English, and something that really surprised me was the culture around gift giving.
Scott. I moved to Kenya to work on a wildlife conservation project. The sheer scale of the landscapes here is breathtaking. Nothing prepared me for seeing elephants roam freely under the vast open skies. But what really surprised me was how much people rely on community. People's lives here are deeply connected.
Okay, Anil, now do you catch this part?
Yes,
But
now
he,
I understand.
but he used the word wildlife teacher,
Of
wildlife
course.
community.
Yes, he talks about wildlife because it was something so beautiful. But look at this part. What really surprised me was how much people rely on. Lo que realmente me sorprendió fue cómo las personas confían en la comunidad. Okay, so that's why the sentence is false because he had to he had time to take in this special characteristic about the culture. That's why it's false.
Eh,
And the
Yo,
Mhm.
yo lo que entiendo en esa pregunta 7 es que dice que es algo que le marcó, algo que lo marcó, ¿cierto? ¿O no?
Taking
Cuando Scott estuvo en su vida, bueno, digamos, en su vida en Kenia, hubo algo que tuvo que lo impactó o que lo remarcó, ¿no?
Ok, pero mira esta parte. Él necesitó tiempo para take in, asimilar.
Ah, ok,
eh, entonces aquí para asimilar que estamos hablando acá de la vida salvaje. Él dice que la vida salvaje sí era muy bonita, pero lo que realmente lo sorprendió fue cómo la comunidad confían entre ellos, cómo ellos
ok.
confían entre ellos. Por
Ujú.
eso sería falsa.
I listened that the community had a lot of him how to get a new style of life.
Es,
Ujú.
es muy difícil, teacher, porque realmente sí es como más de decir si es falso o verdadero lo que está haciendo, es como uno ya entrarse ya en como, como en el pensamiento, en lo que está pensando él y es difícil. Por ejemplo, la primera y la dos, yo en este momento todavía las tengo en duda porque yo entendí totalmente diferente todo. Y
Okay, so
lo mismo me pasa en estas dos últimas. Ujú.
okay, so it is not about thinking about the person or getting into his or her mind, because we're listening what the person is telling us.
Ya,
Entonces estamos viendo lo que la persona nos dice, no es tanto como meterse en la cabeza de la persona, sino ver qué es lo que dice acá y compararlo con lo que la persona está diciendo. Entonces aquí la primera, Andrew sigue acostumbrándose a envolver regalos. Por eso su arrendatario lo ayudó con una disculpa, con un gesto de disculpas. Esta es falsa porque el arrendatario no le dio el regalo, no lo ayudó, él no step in por esta razón, porque él no sepa arreglar regalos, sino porque él mismo dice, Andrew acá dice que había un problema en su apartamento, había
Por la gotera.
una gotera. Ujú.
sí, yo
Por
lo
eso
sé,
es que esto es falso.
por ejemplo, la frase uno dice, Andrews continúa, o sea, continúa con la tradición o con su hábito de envolver regalos y darlos.
No, acostumbrándose, sigue
O
acostumbrándose.
sigue acostumbrándose a dar regalos. Y eso es lo que dice él ahí, que él continúa todavía haciendo sus regalos, ¿o no?
Exacto, eso es lo que dice, pero es que esa no es la oración completa. Esta parte es verdad, pero la oración completa viene con esto. Si la oración yo la hubiera partido acá, si se las hubiera puesto hasta acá, ahí sí tendrías toda la razón, pero tienes que
No, sí,
analizarla
teacher, pero es
completa.
que mire que la segunda parte dice, porque su arrendatario
Entonces,
le
entonces,
enseñó, por eso, pues, entonces su arrendatario le enseñó a él. O sea, como si le hubiera enseñado que para una disculpa es bueno dar un regalo, ¿no?
no, ahí no es que él le enseñó step in, ahorita yo les enseñé que es ayudar, meterse en, también es
Ok,
ayudar, meterse en.
ok, listo.
Ujú.
Bueno, dicho. Ujú.
La razón no explica lo anunciado.
Tal vez sí, tal vez para unos sí, para otros no.
Eso suena
Ujú.
como ifes.
Ok,
Ujú.
sí. No, es que es una
Exacto.
cáscara grande, es una cascarita grande, sí. Difícil.
Tautología de afirmación y negación.
Ujú. Debían ser
Que los
como
phrasal verbs son muy complicados porque si usted lo traduce literal significa una cosa, pero en el contexto es otra. Entonces ahí uno se
correcto.
vuelve loco. Ese realmente es el problema.
Sí, ese es el
Ok.
problema.
Ujú.
Bueno,
Por eso
teacher.
es que les estoy enseñando esto, porque si en el examen les sale esto y ustedes no saben agarrarlo, piensan que esto es explicar, así como lo entendió Sergio, pues les va a quedar mal.
Ajá.
Pues entonces, por eso es que les estoy enseñando esto, por eso les pongo estos ejercicios, no es para hacérselos más difícil, no es
No,
para
no,
que se sientan como que no, esto está súper difícil, sino que es para ayudarlos.
no, es lógico, lo entiendo, teacher, que se debe hacer. Pero mire que, por ejemplo, desde la segunda hasta la sexta son completamente claras para uno. En cambio, estas dos últimas le estaba diciendo viene a hacer como lo mismo, que lo trata uno de confundir.
Ujú.
Ujú.
Es que esa es la idea. La idea es ponerles la cáscara para que ustedes puedan identificarla fácil, porque eso es lo que les va a ayudar a medir qué tanta comprensión auditiva tiene.
Ok, listo, teacher.
Okay.
Gracias, teacher.
Sí,
Okay.
gracias.
Okay. So, okay, the last one. So let's ask Francie.
I think that the Scottish deal with waiting. I understood that this batch home Scotch had to deal with waiting for hours before roadside help stepping in. I think that is true.
Okay. So, Carlos, what do you think? True or false?
Yes, I agree. It's true.
Okay, does everyone agree?
I agree too, teacher.
I agree too.
I agree
Okay, so
three.
1 minute, please. Teacher, I get off the class because I have to work at 10. And then if you ask me and I don't respond, do you know?
okay. Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for being here. Okay, so yes, this one is true. Do you want to watch the video with the subtitles, the captions, one more time, so you can clarify it?
It could be better. It could be better, teacher. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yes, please. Thank you,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
Okay.
Andrew.
I moved to Japan 2 years ago to teach English, and something that really surprised me was the culture around gift giving. When I first moved in, there was a small issue with my apartment. Nothing major, just a small leak. But to my surprise, my landlord gave me a beautifully wrapped towel set as an apology. I later learned that in Japan, people give small gifts on many different occasions. Now, I love giving small gifts too. It's such a thoughtful tradition. But what I found most interesting was how much thought people put into choosing the perfect way to wrap a gift. It's an art form I haven't mastered yet, but I hope it's the thought that counts.
Erica.
I moved to Brazil for love. My partner's Brazilian. When I first moved here from the UK, I was quite surprised at how relaxed people were about arrival times for social events. Once, I was invited to a barbecue, and Brits being Brits, I showed up exactly at 1 p.m., the time I was told the event would start. To my surprise, no one else arrived until well past 2. I soon realised that was just common practice. It was a shock at first, but I've learnt to embrace the relaxed approach to time. Now I actually enjoy how everything feels more spontaneous and less rushed. And I have to admit, when I visit England, it's hard for me to adapt back to the rigid schedules.
April.
I moved to Vietnam because I was in a bad place personally and I wanted to experience something completely new. The first thing that struck me was the traffic. Crossing the street felt like a real-life video game. There's a constant flow of traffic, so you just walk slowly and trust that the scooters will swerve around you. It was terrifying at first, but you get used to it until you don't even think about it anymore. Now, whenever someone from the States visits me, I can't wait to see their reaction when they experience it for the first time. It's so much fun. Cities here are so vibrant and full of life. I love how people gather at little street stalls, sitting on tiny plastic stools, chatting over steaming bowls of pho, a fragrant noodle soup with fresh herbs and meat. There's an energy in the air. Music, motorbikes, the scent of grilled meat. Life here moves fast, but in the best way. Looking back, I can't believe how much this place has changed me. I came here feeling lost, but now I feel more alive than ever.
Scott. I moved to Kenya to work on a wildlife conservation project. The sheer scale of the landscapes here is breathtaking. Nothing prepared me for seeing elephants roam freely under the vast open skies. But what really surprised me was how much people rely on community. People's lives here are deeply connected, whether it's families sharing meals, neighbors looking out for each other, or strangers offering a helping hand without hesitation. Once my car broke down in a remote area, and within minutes, locals came to help, chatting and laughing as they fixed it. It was such a contrast to what I was used to. Back home, I might have been stranded for hours, waiting for roadside assistance. This sense of togetherness has changed how I see life. It is a reminder of how much we miss out on by living so independently. Here, people understand that no one truly thrives alone, and that is something I will carry with me wherever I go.
Okay. Is that a little bit clear for you? Do you have questions? Something to clarify?
For me, there are some words that I don't understand, but for the context, I understand. But one words, two words, I don't understand.
Okay. Do you have these words so I can help you?
No, in this moment, I can't copy the words, but the last one, for example, I can read hesitation
Okay.
with
Hesitation
H.
is a synonym of doubt. Es un sinónimo de dudar.
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 Okay.
Hesitate, for example, I can say, I hesitate about the next step of my life. Yo dudo acerca del siguiente paso de mi vida.
Okay.
Do you have, teacher, do you have the completely context write
The
down
transcription?
in yes, the transcription in order to looking for some new words that I met.
Okay, so I don't have the whole transcription, but I can look for it in this part. So give me a moment. Give me a moment. This is slow. This video, I don't know why. In YouTube, it is so slow. I don't know why. Give me a moment. Okay, no, sorry, the transcription is not in here.
No problem, teacher. No problem.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, we, as
Mhm.
we have the recorder class, I'm looking for maybe noon in order to looking for the news words to me. There is no
Okay.
problem, teacher. I can stop and start the video as a time that I want.
Okay. So let me share my screen again. Okay, so I'm going to divide them the meeting into different breakout rooms so you can practice your speaking. Okay, try to speak using the new vocabulary, not only the vocabulary of this class, but the vocabulary of the previous lessons. Okay, so I'm going to divide you, and you're going to talk with your partners about cultural differences. So in this case, try to use comparatives. Okay, so for example, I think Mexican food is more delicious than I don't know, Brazilian food because I really like spicy food. I think it gives food an interesting flavor. Yeah, so try to talk about cultural differences. You can talk about food, about dance, traditions, carnivals. Yes. So if you want, take a picture of this. If you need some inspiration, or maybe if you're talking and you don't know about country, you don't know which country mention to talk about or to foster the conversation, so you can choose maybe Germany, Argentina, or yes, you can guide your speaking by using the pictures. Okay, so if you want, take a picture while I divide the meeting into different breakout rooms.
Hola, hola.
Jorge, can you listen to me, Jose?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, you couldn't
Yes.
enter into the breakout room?
Uh, Tell me, teacher.
Uh, you couldn't enter into the breakout room?
No, teacher. I couldn't. I lost a connection, so I enter right now again.
Okay, so let me check. I don't know what's happening with this. Okay. So give me a moment while I enter into the one of the breakout rooms, and then I go out for practicing with you because I don't know what's happening with this. I cannot um assign you a breakout room. Okay, so let's practice with you here. Okay, for you, what is the best food in your opinion? Mexican food or Argentinian food? Jorge?
Me, teacher.
Yes. So what is the best for you? Mexican food or Argentinian food? What is the best for you?
Okay, I prefer the Argentina food. I don't like spicy food. Also, I like a lot the meat, the beef.
Okay. Continue. And don't close
So
the
for me,
conversation. If
so
you
for me,
want, you can pose me a question.
so for me, it's better. It's
Mhm.
much better the Argentina food.
Okay. Don't close the conversation in that. So if you want, ask me a question.
Okay, teacher. I I never had gone to Argentina, but
Okay.
the people say that
I
the
have
beef.
never gone.
No, I have never gone to Argentina, but the people say that the beef is delicious.
Mhm.
Mm,
Okay, very good. Okay, and what do you think about tango? Is this better than salsa?
No, teacher, I prefer salsa.
Okay.
I like the salsa. I like a lot salsa. Um, and and tango is a good dance too, but I prefer salsa.
Okay. What is more elegant for you, tango or salsa? And why?
I don't know, teacher. It's a very difficult question. Tango is beautiful too, but salsa I like more. But I think the tango is more elegant than the salsa.
Okay. And do you know how to dance tango?
No, teacher, I don't know how to dance tango.
Okay. And would you like to learn?
Okay, yes, I would like to learn dance tango.
Okay. Okay, very good. Okay. In your opinion, what is maybe the best celebration? Rio's Carnival in Brazil, Carnaval de Rio, Rio's Carnival, or Carnaval de Barranquilla.
It's I think it's better the uh, Rio Carnival. I
Mhm,
think it's bigger than Barranquilla Carnival.
mhm,
I think there is a lot of people going to enjoy the carnival, the Rio Carnival, and Rio is a bigger city, so there is a lot of people enjoying the party.
mhm. Okay, have you ever gone to that carnival?
Now, teacher, I never have going to Carnival, but I went to
I
Barranquilla
have never
Carnival.
gone.
I have never gone to
Mhm.
Carnival Rio, but I went to Barranquilla Carnival.
Mhm. And how was it?
Yeah, it's a good teacher, but yes, it's good. It's a good party.
Okay. What was the best part?
What?
What was the best part of the carnival?
I went in a Joselito entierro. No, I don't know how to say it.
Okay. Yes, yes, I know the tradition.
Yes. So I like a lot, but I think the Carnival Rio is better.
Okay. Very good. Okay, now it's your turn to make me a question.
Mm, okay, teacher. Do you think the Latin people dance better than the Europe people?
Than the European people. Yes, of course. I think European people they only like chispun chispun. And that's everything that they dance. Maybe a lot of electronic music, and I don't really like that part because, for example, um, Christmas, Christmas, their their celebration is like with that chispun and no more. And of course, we need different music, Rodolfo Icardi, Pastor Lopez, something different. And
Yes.
they are like so boring for celebrations. And I really like how our culture enjoys everything, like the
Yeah.
music, the food, the life, even life. So I really like how we dance. Even you know that it doesn't mean that all of the Latin American people know how to dance, but we have more idea about this. So I really like our culture. Okay, and
Okay, teacher.
mhm. So going in the same line, what do you think about American North American people? Do you think they know something about dancing or not? They are only chispun chispun.
Teacher, I think the North American people are very, very cold to
Mm-hmm.
dance.
Yes.
I prefer the South American people dancing.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Oh,
that's true.
yes. I was in a crucero,
Okay.
and the American people they have a thing of um, choreografías. They dance same
Okay. So
every
crucero,
people.
crucero
Yes,
cruise.
and
Okay.
cruise. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, sound some songs, and the people dance same.
Yes. Yeah, they're so cold, so rigid. I don't like
I
how
don't know
they.
if they are in the high school, but the people dance same, teacher.
Yes. That's true. It's pretty the same. I agree with you. Okay, very good. hmm So I think I'm going to stop in here to for closing the other breakout rooms so we can finish the class.
Okay, teacher. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Está bueno, está bueno. Perfecto. Hello, hello.
Cesarín.
Cesarín.
In the other space, continuing speaking with Gustavo.
When you want, you can. I'll be here anytime.
Okay.
Okay. So Okay, can you listen to me?
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
Yes.
Okay, so I think we can finish the class for today because time's up.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you very
Okay.
much,
Thank you
teacher.
so much.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a
See
great
Okay.
you
day.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.
See
Bye.
you.
Chao, rostro.
¡Chao, rostro!
Chao, señor juez, un buen día.
Chao, Mr. Sergey. Chao, Cesarín. Chao, John.
Chao,
Chao,
Gus.
everybody.
Chao,
Chao.
Suscan.
Buen día a todos.